The term AI agents are now everywhere, but most materials mainly focus on either what are AI agents or how to build them without explaining when you should use them. So in this video, let's change the perspective and to approach AI agents from the problem side. Because in the real world, AI is to solve problems. And by the end, you'll know exactly what makes AI agents different, when you should use them versus other AI approaches, and how to build a simple AI agent yourself without getting overwhelmed. Let's go. For the AI chatbot that most people are familiar with today, like ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, they are powered by advanced large language models, LLMs. They are reactive in nature. You provide a prompt, they process your request and generate the output, and the interaction ends. They don't have access to external data source unless you feed to it. It can generate ideas, image, posts, but you as the human still need to perform the final action in order to complete the mission. But on the other hand, for an AI agent, they're built on the foundations of these LLMs, but extend with these four critical components. Reasoning with planning. Unlike a chatbot text-based reasoning, agents can plan what actions to take, what tools to use, make the decisions for you, and to reflect the learning. System instructions define the task specifications, role for the AI agent. Access to memory system, short-term memory that retains current conversations, long-term memories that stores the learning, knowledge, context. So that's why the saved memory features of ChatGPT is a big deal, because it sets the foundation towards more agentic features. And the last one, it also has access to tools, which is a big differentiation, like accessing external systems through APIs, searching information online, changing data files. So that's why there are discussions to standardize these connections using MCP, the Model Context Protocol developed by Anthropic, to make the process even seamless. And most importantly, AI agents perform the actual task for you. There's so many AI agents that you're probably using today, like ChatGPT, Gemini, Deep Research. It is an example of AI agent. You can also check out the AI agents directory. It's recommended by Ali K to understand what AI agents that already exist in your industry. Because for most AI agents product on the market right now are mostly focused on one specific area of tasks, perhaps researching, content creation, SEO. There's some fewer examples of a general purpose AI agent, some popular ones like OpenAI Operator, Mantis AI. Now, understanding these fundamentals is key. But again, the most important thing is to know when to use AI agents, because in reality, not every situation requires an AI agent. And of course, there are so many different scenarios, edge cases. But generally speaking, the decision comes down to two key dimensions. First, how complex is your problem? Are you dealing with a simple, straightforward task with structured format, or something that requires multiple steps, more creativity, and complex decision making? And second, how much control you can give up? Do you want to stay closely involved, or do you need something that runs on its own with minimal supervision? And the trickiest part is, although the more the autonomy, the less is the control, and the more the scalable, but also the higher is the risk. At least that is still true for today's AI agents landscape. And so, what is your risk tolerance level for that task? This is something you must consider. Using these two dimensions, there are generally four distinct approaches. AI chatbot that we just discussed, perfect for simple queries that have high human involvement, like drafting emails, post ideas. But for a more complex problem that still need your guidance, we have manual AI workflows or an AI-assisted workflow. That is, you start using multiple tools. This is the category that most people fall into. And when you don't want to involve much for the tasks that are lower risk, less complex, you can use and completely automated AI workflows. And finally, for more complex problems but need higher autonomy, we have AI agents or agentic workflows that involve multiple agents to make autonomous decisions. And as I said, ideally, AI agents are supposed to run autonomously, and there are ways to evaluate AI agents' output. But because in reality, the risk is also higher. So for now, most businesses still prefer to have human in the loop to minimize the risk level. Alright, to give you a complete understanding of all these approaches, and especially how AI agents really make a difference for real-world situations, I will be using a monthly traffic performance report generation as an example. When using the very basic AI approach, a simple AI chatbot, you can see it can't access to your Google Analytics data or any external tools. It can't really perform the task unless you feed data to it, because it's still considered as a complex task. So that's why most people will use a manual AI-assisted workflow approach, combining different tools. In this case, export the GA data to a CSV file, then upload back to AI again, putting a prompt to compile the report or make it ready to share. It has low autonomy and humans are highly involved in it. Now let's look at another approach, a fully automated AI workflow. It should run independently without much human supervision for the execution. So using the same task, I have set up this automated workflow using the AI automation platform make.com. Which platform doesn't really matter. What I actually want to show you is that these are the predefined steps I have made. Starting from GA4, retrieving the traffic data by connecting with the Google Analytics 4 properties. Then we convert the output into CSV file format, which we can later pass to Claude. You can see we can define what values we want to get. So in this case, that is channel and sections. Then it will pass to Claude to generate the report insights with visualization and output in HTML codes in our predefined prompt. And finally, we will upload to a server with our specified file name, so we can download it or later open it on the domain for sharing purpose. So every step has a clear output, and now we can try to run it so you can have a sense of what it's like. And we can see it is populating every step. We can also check the output from Claude, the HTML codes that are being generated, and it has been uploaded to the server as well. And to double check it, the file has been successfully uploaded and we can download it. It's a decent report with key insights and recommendations, and we can schedule this to run on every first day of the month, so the report is ready whenever the month has been completed. Of course, you can also do other automated workflows like creating a Google Sheets, sending emails, and further enhance it. So you can see, although humans should be involved in the setup phase, but suppose when everything is well tested, the output from an automated AI workflow should always be highly predictable without much human involvement, and so it's more suitable for lower risk and less complex tasks with more structured format. Now, the most powerful options in our framework, AI agents. These combine the highest autonomy and the ability to handle more complex tasks. But because I want to make it easy for you to notice the key difference, we will be using the same task. So we're going to build a very simple monthly reporting agent. For this example, I will be using the NXN, a very popular AI agents building platform because it's open source and no code. There are other no code platforms you can use like Google Vertex AI, Langflow. Note, I'm not going to detail every step because it's too overwhelming if you're a first-time beginner, but it's more important to understand the concept first. First, on NXN, we can create a new workflow. Then we can add an AI agent to the workflow. The only setting here you need to know for now is the system message, which is actually the system instructions like the role, the workflow details for this agent, but we will set this later. Now go back to the main canvas. You already see a very basic structure of an AI agent. The input, which is the chat message input by the user. The output node from this AI agent, which we can define any other specific actions, which we will also set this later. Again, what makes an AI agent different from a simple chatbot is that it can have reasoning powered by the chat model, the LLM, access to memory, and different tools so it can perform the actual task for you. And we will set this one by one. For the LLM, I will use Claude as my AI models for this AI agent. It's my favorite, but you can pick whatever model that works for you. And the important note here is you should set the maximum tokens to avoid message cutoff. And note, I already established the API connections on the backend. I'll put all the results below if you want to know more how to set it up yourself. Then add the memory. For now, we will just use simple memory as it doesn't require any power setup or connections of external tools. The context window length here means how many past messages that the AI agents can retrieve. So this is just for short-term memory. For long-term memory, for context, you should connect to an external database. And I will leave it to the default setting, which is 5. Now we are gonna connect the tools. This is a very important aspect of AI agents. For these AI agents, we'll connect Google Analytics, configure the key settings like property, metrics, dimensions. Of course, we can also add other tools that these AI agents can use like your Google Drive, Google Sheets, but for now, let's keep it simple. Okay, so now we can make a simple test. Open a chat and ask what are total sections in the last 30 days. You can see it is running, accessing the tool, and returning the output. So it is working fine. But since we want to build the actual report, which is in HTML web page format, for the output node, we will use this HTML module to generate the HTML template from the AI agent's output. We move everything in the pre-built HTML template and drag the AI agent's output from the previous interaction here, as this is a dynamic view. And there are other functions we can use here to only extract the HTML codes, but for now, just keep everything simple. Now click the test setup to see if everything is working fine. If there is no error message pop up, it's good to go. The final step is to upload to our server so we can download it. So add a FTP module here for the upload file and set up all the configurations with the specified file name. The final step is to add this system instructions, as we want to make sure the agent knows what tasks it should perform and workflow details. Some key elements you should add, like role and responsibilities, workflow details, which is the SOP, available tools for this AI agent, examples, constraints, and now you have a basic idea on how to build a simple AI agent. And don't forget to click Save. So here is what I have built earlier. The main difference is that I have added 2 more tools just to show you how an AI agent will make autonomous decision and pick the right tool to use. Note, I also disconnect the HTML module for a moment to show this process to you clearly with the text output. First, ask for the last 30 days website traffic. So you can see it will automatically run through Google Analytics for it without me guiding it to do so. You can also check the process flow sequence here. And this time we can try to ask it to save this data to the Google Sheets we have set up. And we can double check it has been successfully updated with the channel and section data. So you don't have to tell it the exact step, it will make the decision for you. Now let's connect the HTML module, as this is the agent's task to generate ready to use HTML reports. Clear the chat and just type a prompt. Note, I haven't specified any further details context. That is because we have already specified the clear scope for these AI agents using the system prompt. Again, you will see it will pick the right tools to perform this task, and the output will be in HTML format, and you can also preview the report within the module. But let's also check the actual file. So the file is created automatically. It's beautifully created in a typical style of Claude with the executive summary, call-out box, data visualization, insights where you can share with the stakeholders or internal teams. So every time when you want to generate a report, you can just ask the agent. Of course, this is a very simple setup, and there's still other things we can fine-tune, like a proper return message to the user, self-reflecting prompts so it can evaluate its own output and save learnings to the memories and improve performance. And if you want, you can also set up a schedule trigger to execute the task just like on Make.com, or set up a front-end interface to interact with these AI agents, which is more user-friendly, or even set up a more complicated agentic workflow involving multiple AI agents. So there are so many possibilities. And if you want to get more inspiration, there are different template AI workflows with or without AI agents that you can explore on NXM, and I'll put the link below. So you can see it all depends on the task nature and the problem or business challenges that you're trying to solve. And it doesn't have to be either one. You can definitely use all of these approaches, but what matters is knowing when to use which. Like in this particular example of generating a monthly report, an AI automated workflow might be good enough. It's not a complex task. We need the output to be highly predictable with well-defined rules. It always has a well-defined scope of which metrics to include in the report. But if you think you need more flexibility, perhaps you have so many different reports drawing from different data sources like GA, your CRM data, and you need more meaningful insights with context considerations, and you have higher risk tolerance, then an AI agent would be more preferred. So don't think that every problem needs to be solved using an AI agent. Review your problem first and the possible ROI that it can generate, and decide if it's worth using or even building an AI agent. If you want more inspiration, join my community. I'll include the link below. You will get access to all my tester prompts I share on my channel and other feature content. And I will put up up these AI agent workflow demo if you're interested. And before you go, watch this video about the skills that will make you stay relevant if you're worrying about AI or AI agent will take over. I will see you next time.